If you ever wondered what MVC architecture actually means or why everyone keeps talking about it, this video answers all of that. When you go to a restaurant, you look at the menu and tell the server or waiter what you want. The waiter will then take your order to the kitchen. Now the kitchen doesn't care what you look like or where you are sitting. They will prepare food based on the order. So the kitchen sends the prepared food back to the waiter, and then the waiter brings it back to your table. The menu and your table is considered as view. The waiter that takes a request and coordinates everything, that is the controller, and kitchen where the actual work happens is the model. Now there is one thing that you should notice in this example. The waiter never cooks, the kitchen never serves the customer, and menu does not prepare food. Everyone has one job. That is separation of concern, and that is MVC. Let's look at the example that we have here. When the user makes a request, that request goes straight to the controller. The controller is the first thing that receives it. Now the controller needs data. It does not go to the database itself. Instead, it will ask the model. The model will talk to the database and it will retrieve the data and hands it back to the controller. Now controller has the data that user has requested for, but the user is requesting a web page. The controller takes the data and passes that to the view. It will tell view that, hey, here is the data, make sure that it looks pretty by adding your HTML, CSS or whatever is needed. The view will build the HTML and send it back to the controller. And then finally, controller will return that HTML along with data with the complete response back to the user, and then the web page will be displayed. To summarize everything here, model will basically have the data structure, it will have the business logic and rules, and it will talk to the database. The controller, on the other hand, is heart of your application. It will receive all the requests, orchestrate all the flows between models and views, and it will select the view, pass the data to that view. And finally, where we have the view, it will display the data, format HTML, CSS, and it will work with user interaction. Now, when something goes wrong in the application, this separation will tell you where exactly to look. If there is data problems, check the model. If a wrong page is loaded, then check the controller. But if the UI or button does not have the style, then you can check the view. That is the power of clear responsibilities. Now let's see some programming. I will show you a pure MVC first approach, the way it is supposed to work. You can see in the model here we have a data structure for the student class, and then we have a helper method or a function there that will retrieve all the student from the database. Then next we have a sample controller here, where what it is doing is it is calling the model to retrieve all the student. So first it is asking for data from the model. Once it receives that data in the student variable, then it is passing that data to the view, and then view will render the final HTML. That will be the pretty HTML that user will see on the screen. But here is what you will actually see in real .NET projects. Most of the projects will add an extra layer between controller and database, and that is a service layer. We have something called as a student service, and that service is responsible to get all the data rather than a model directly. But notice here the concept is still the same. Model layer handles the data, controller coordinates that, and view will display the data. In order to bind everything together, I'm going to walk you through the complete MVC cycle. Let's go through each one of them. In step 1, the user is on the browser and they make a request, and that request hits the controller. If you look at the controller code here, you will notice we have a function with the name of list, and that has two things. When it calls the getAll function on student, that controller is calling model and saying, go get me students. It will return db.students. It goes straight to the database, runs the query, and then gets back a list of students. Model sends that list of students back to the controller. The controller now has everything that it needs for data. In the step 4, the controller calls return view, and with that it is passing the student list straight to the view. The view will receive that, loop through every student, and then it will display that in a table format. The view will send HTML back to the controller, and then controller will send it back to the user and display the HTML in a browser. And that completes the MVC cycle. If this makes sense, make sure to like the video and leave a comment. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. I hope to see you guys in some other video. Till then, happy coding!